Alrighty. Hello, everybody. This is Kirsho here. And now, before we do start, let me just say a few things. In the last part, we had a number of things happening. We had Bakugo Katsuki, and he learned something very interesting. He went out with Stain. The man lost control and became infected. He then sent Bakugo into a very bad spiral. He was injured, ran off, and encountered some other people from another group. He was able to provide them with information and told them about what he could do for them. They trusted him because he was a native and he's claiming to be from UA. And it's something that they kind of need right now. This city was supposed to be safe, but it wasn't. And they put all of their coins into this basket. I mean, the basket almost basically just fell the fuck out. A Night Stalker showed up and ruined everything for them. Their group was large, almost 20 people, but after the Night Stalker came whenever it knew they were going to leave, it took out their vehicles, took out a majority of their people, and toyed with them. Bakugo saw this thing open its chest cavity and drag a man inside, before it slashed him across the face and ran out of the room. This wasn't good. It slashed their tires, got shot in the head multiple times, but somehow disappeared. It controls electronics along with the fact that the lights, it can make them go out. It laughed at them. It toyed with them. If it wanted to, it could have killed him on the spot when it had the chance. But it left him alive. And ultimately, this culminated in an argument in the parking garage about the one remaining vehicle they had. And he had to do something that he's not proud of. Some people were frantic. While he was already injured, they shot him in the chest and his vest stopped the bullet. He then had to put 3 people down who were terrified, worried about their own survival. And they got home. Back to their new home, anyways. And he just broke down for a minute. Kendo was afraid. They've warned a group about Stain, but then there's this creature. If this is the thing that's been taking out multiple groups during the day, during the night, I mean, they don't even know about it. But from what information they have gotten out of him, it isn't good. He couldn't sleep. And we do currently have Bakugo. He does sit there as the sun is coming up, and he's a little worried. Everyone who came back, they're still awake. They've got to sleep. But honestly, seeing those lights in the day does make him feel a little bit better. It's a cold morning, and he can see his breath. Along with that, they haven't gotten any reports. He almost wants to go down by the fence, but no. They still want to try and build that damn guard tower. But, okay. No. His face is still hurting. He needs to see Chizuki. Call them back or head out to UA. I mean, they can head out to UA with a list, but what's it been now? 8 months? He thinks it's around 8. They need him to come back and get information. They can pull him back with this. He can take his time away and hunker down here. As far as he's concerned, he's putting his foot down now. Mei and Nejire can stay there. He doesn't want to trust Izuku. But if those things are inside the city, they're going to need to take him out. Take out that fucking pit. God. There's a bomb down there. He does know that. And he is going over a few things. Some information we've all heard before. The bomb, the robots, the zombies. If they can, they need to head in. Destroy everything. Scorched earth. Who the hell cares? And that's it. That's one of the few things going through his mind. He doesn't want people to get hurt. The dam, he's accepted now. There will be unfortunate casualties. They can give an ultimatum first. They can talk first. That's plan A. But plan B is a little bit more violent. Can he live with that though? Maybe. Maybe he can. I mean, he's alive right now after what he did last night. And we do have where someone, they do come walking out, currently onto the roof. Him turning his head and looking away from the main gate. Before he should ask, "What's up? Hmm? You alright, man?" "I'm fine. How's your friend?" Tautomi is still not doing too good. She's been given a room. I gotta say, though, this place is better than I imagined. Yeah, it's, lonely, though. It's been a few of us for a while. After a good amount of us died. Oh, sorry. Don't like talking about it. It's unfortunately in the past. Bakugo going to turn. Before Shindo does express, looking at him with the right side of his face nearly completely bandaged, and some blood still poking through. "Listen, I know what we've got to do. It's just most of us are tired. After last night, we were all on high alert. We need to sleep. They need to take care of themselves. We don't have one of our people here, and our doctor's a few miles away, alright? Just give me a minute to think." "I'm sorry, but we really don't." "No, just shut the fuck up." Shindo staring at Bakugo. Before he has to express, he is not in the mood for this shit. That wasn't up for fucking debate. After what happened, he just needs a goddamn minute. They're going to get the doctor and come back and take care of their friends. For once, just don't talk. "Sorry. I keep playing shit in my head, and I fucking swear last night I heard my goddamn radio crackle. Alright? I swear I fucking heard something. I don't need you repeating it to me what I already know I need to fucking do. Just go downstairs, eat something, go to sleep, or take care of your friend. That's all I'm asking. You need rest. You can have night shift later, alright?" That's not. You need backup. You can't go out there alone. I'll get back up. Besides, it's just a drive. If it did follow us, I think it'd be gone already. I don't think those things like fire or sunlight. I've heard a few rumors, but I'm a little skeptical on some. Right. So, I'll head downstairs. And I'll go. Just leave me alone for a minute. Is there coffee? Yeah, there is. Good. Save me some. The guy going to turn, walk over the door, but staring at Bakugo, who does roll over that gun in his hand, still worried, thinking about it. And he does go to hold up a small little bullet, the thing that struck him in his vest. It could have killed him. It could have taken his life. But it didn't. They've got to figure some stuff out with the pro heroes. Talk to them. Their radio can transmit a pretty good distance. Talk to the bunker group. See what they can trade with and talk more with them. And check in with a few others, see if they're alive. Offer to open this place up a bit more. Make it a home. That place attacks small groups. No, that creature attacks small groups, places that are small. No, just get a hold of yourself, Bakugo. Just get a hold of yourself. Keep it together. Him trying to maintain his composure before he has to head downstairs and get some coffee. Right now, eating something someone made for breakfast, and then going to grab a weapon and head out. He does take a grenade, a bit worried about what he might find out there. He might need it, he might not. Though he also has to take his vest. Talking to Chizuki first would be good. He's thought about taking more painkillers, but he's relying on that pain to keep him awake. His adrenaline's shot, and so is his nerves. And we do have where someone they do get to offer to tag along with him. Bakugo seeing as Kendo does express she needs to talk to the doctor too. About what? A few things. I've been hearing a little bit of things. Hearing what, Kendo? I just want to confirm something. Alright? Plus, we have to talk. It's a good opportunity. Okay. Let me drive. Try to get a little bit of sleep? I don't think I can. Her staring at his hands, which do slightly shake a little. He doesn't notice it, but she can. And this is where the two, they do get loaded up. Kendo right now in the driver's seat, and with her own weapons packed. And the two do go to head down the road. Right now them getting to the gate before Bakugo is a get out and run over. Now, while Bakugo, he does get to move towards the gate, Kendo does sit there. Her a little worried about her boyfriend. And he does begin to somewhat fumble with the lock. Before she has to turn to the radio, hearing a strange noise. And when she has to stare at that, she has to look up. Currently hearing a noise before something currently is pinned to the top of the gate. Him stepping backwards and pulling out his weapon. Before she has to stare up before something is thrown directly onto the hood of her vehicle. And this does cause her to somewhat panic. Right now, her going to throw the car in reverse and stare at this. Watching him run over to the vehicle and jump back in. Before she has to back away and the creature on their vehicle, it does go to fall off. Currently them backing up as she has to spin the vehicle around for a second. Her sitting there a little confused. Before the vehicle does have a voice come through the stereo. And it does express. It just wants to play. It's willing to give them treats. Things it wants to share. And there is where Bakugo does turn. looking at the body that is lay there on their property. It's not getting back up, but there's the fact that it was thrown. Something it threw that tossed it at them. And Kendo does sit there somewhat panting heavily. Right now, her turning to him while Bakugo stares at the window, his gun still in his hand. And this does cause her to drive back down the road towards the manor and radioing into the rest of the group about exactly what the hell they're dealing with. And it does put all of them on high alert, since they heard a loud crashing sound. And whenever the person on guard duty saw their vehicle with something on it and something on the gate, they took aim, try to find out where it came from or what that was. But from their height advantage, they couldn't see anything. I mean, they're looking for a dark creature and grass that's overgrown in the middle of the woods nearby. This is a literal needle in a haystack. And that needle, it doesn't exist in the dark. And that's another problem they have. The sun came up not too long ago, but this thing stayed outside. It's toying with them again. And whenever the vehicle is to pull back up to the manor, people do come out, trying to understand what's happening. Kendo going to quickly turn to Bakugo, telling him what to do. But when he does this step out, he does try to tell people, right now, they've got to do a few things. They've got to deal with guard duty. Who's on it right now? Him turning, seeing Setsuna and Eri, the two both standing there with concern on their faces. And someone they do talk about how Momo, sorry about that, guys, tired, is on guard duty. She is the one currently in charge of being upstairs. And he does express, okay, good. He needs to talk to Melissa. Along with that, they've got to figure out a bit of a plan here. Todoroki? What is it? Your dad. You said he had a number you can call, right? Yeah, he did. But that's only in case of emergencies. This is appropriate. Listen, something is stalking us right now and wants to get in here. But him turning, before quickly walking over and pulling him to the side, expressing, it doesn't want them to go quickly. Talk to Melissa. The sat phone is in the office. It's going to be there, and it's in the second drawer. Along with that, call his dad and see if he can get some help. Let him know they're dealing with something that's less than human. It's a true monster. Alright. You're gonna be alright? I'll be fine. Just go, alright? Talk to Melissa and see if we can get a message out. I hate to say it, but we might need his help. Are you sure? What about Setsuna? Listen, if we call him, we can call for Chizuki. The two can come back at the same time. I wanted to avoid the radio in case they were listening, but right now, I don't care. We're dealing with something that wants to kill us all. And if that means letting them know that we're a little vulnerable right now, I'm willing to risk it. Just call your dad directly and then talk to Melissa. Maybe they don't need to know. A message directly to UA. I know they've upgraded the stations and stuff like that, or whatever the whole technical mumbo jumbo is, Todoroki. Listen, I'm tired. and I know those two can communicate back and forth. I just, I need to try and keep my head clear before I pass out. Him nodding his head, before patting Baku in the arm and trying to reassure him, turning and making his way quickly into the manor. Since the more daylight they burn, the slower that thing will act. And that little bit of tension, it's like having a knife brought to your throat, but the person's not saying anything. They're not doing anything. They just have it there, and you can feel that cold little bit of steel. You might even feel it kiss your skin every now and again. But they'd allow you to move. They'd allow you to do anything. They just keep it there. Hell, if you wanted, you could try and press your neck into it, but they'd move it away. It's life at a knife's edge. Right now, this is bad. And what's worse, they can't see it, but they can hear it. And if they try and go towards their gates, then it is going to make sure they don't get out. They're not protected by a wall. They're trapped inside of a cage. And that, it's the worst thing for them right now. And we do currently have with Endeavor. Endeavor, he was going through an area and trying to do a lot for the bunker. They have a complicated situation. There have been disagreements as to how things have been run by what remains of the Hero Committee. And these people, they have tried to maintain control. They have some heroes on their side. They have some who aren't. They have people out there who clearly don't understand what the hell happened to the world above, and it can't be blamed. They opened early because they thought the city was taken back. People want that bunker closed again. People want life underground to go as it should have been and everything to be fine, even if parts of that bunker collapsed. But with them opening up, offering supplies for information, food, ammunition, I mean, they might as well be giving people supplies. From what their residents do see, they're not exposed to the outside world. And Endeavor, he does currently stand there, looking at one of the largest hospitals in the city. They're far in the city, more so than people would expect. They're in another danger zone. This place, from what they have heard, has had activity, and some people have taken to avoiding it. They've been trying to scout it out. They've seen some people go in from what the reports have said, but none come out. And it does scare some people. The Lady Nagant does stand there currently, looking through the scope of a rifle, talking about how she's not seeing any movement on the outside. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm very sure. Listen, we've seen things shuffle out of there, but what goes in, where does it go? Does it stay there? Is it a home? We don't know. As far as we're aware, some of these things group up together or stay in certain places. But it's going to be a lot like that one stadium. You mean the safe zones? Yeah. Shoto talked about it. There's a lot he's mentioned. I'm not too sure, but it's not just that. The information we've also gotten. We've been to 5 safe zones, all with the exact same result. And then there's the recent reports. I know, but are you sure we can handle that? I'm not. Listen, as far as we know, there's a lot we don't understand. And don't even get me started about a few of the things that we do. Listen, the heart, it's the part of the city no one goes to. If we go there, it's not a guarantee we can get out alive. We we've heard information that doesn't make sense. I know. Currently Endeavor's phone beginning to buzz, and he does get a turn, currently grabbing it and seeing an unknown number. And this, it does make his heart somewhat freeze in his chest. Answering it and going to bring it up to his ear. Hello? Hey, Dad. I thought it was you. What's wrong? Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. Well, yes and no. We have a bit of a situation. Do you need my assistance? I do. Yes. We very well might. Listen, Taruki turning in the chair and staring at the table in front of him. We have, a creature outside. What? Yeah, yeah. My friend encountered it. They came back last night. They encountered a group of people and their group was massacred. We believe it to be one of the creatures responsible for disappearances in town, though we don't have much evidence to go off of. Right now, though, it's sitting outside of our gates and waiting for night to fall. We've got a few hours, but once that happens, it might come in. Everyone's on guard and it won't let us out. Okay, I can gather together a team. Has it approached you at all? No. It messes with our interference, though. What? You didn't hear me? We're getting interference over here with our equipment, Dad. Okay, I heard you that time. Yeah. Listen, I don't know how it works. It's doing things to electronics. I don't know if it can hear this conversation and if it could understand it, but it's it's weird, Dad. I understand. I'll bring some people by. I'll gather a group and report in. Dad, it's not just that. Right now, we're trying to contact someone else from UA. UA's overrun. No, Dad, that's complicated. Listen, I need you to swear to me right now what I tell you, you will not tell the committee. Shoto, what are you talking about? Dad, promise me you're not going to tell the committee what I say. Shoto, I have to report back into them. What are you talking about? Dad? Yes. Just promise me, okay? It's some next level weird shit. I don't even know where to begin explaining to you. That's what I'm saying. Promise me what I say does not leave your lips. Swear to me. I swear. Okay. How to even begin this? We had a friend of ours, Izuku. A while back he died. After that, he came back. He turned. I don't know exactly how it happened. He drove a truck to the hive, the heart of the city, Dad. We lost contact with him, but we still heard him. He broadcasted. He got down there. That's what we know. A few months later, he comes walking up to our front goddamn gates as a zombie. And now, from what we understand, he's on our side. He's at UA, and he's dangerous. But he's willing to protect us. Shoto, You're serious, aren't you? Dad, we've been dealing with a lot of crazy shit since day one, okay? Ever since everything happened, I just need you to trust me. His name is Izuku Midoriya. Nejire and Chizaki Mei Hatsume. If you go there and encounter infected, make sure you wave a white flag. Tell no one to fire. Just honk the horn. Make it aware you know they're there. Hell, if you need to, fucking shout it from the rooftop. I don't care. Just let them know who you are. Let them know you know us. I need you to trust me, Dad. For the love of God, please. Just for once in your life, trust me on something and listen to what I have to say. That's all I'm asking for. Okay. I'll go there. I'll be there soon, son. I love you, son. I thank thank you, Dad. Never going to hang up. And currently he has a turn. Right now him walking over directly to the driver's seat. Before people do that, turn to the man and see him go to climb in. Turning the vehicle on. And Nagant does a turn looking down to see Endeavor. Quickly going to make her way down to the truck. And people, they do being a watch on. Currently, him turning and going to climb out. Before beginning to talk to people. He turned the truck on. That costs gas. Right now, they're heading out to UA. Are you insane? No, I'm not. Right now, my son is in danger. Excuse me? Okay, you can't make that decision. We still have to get supplies from the fucking hospital. I mean, what if there's something good in there? Yes, something good. And what if there is not? As far as the committee knows, that place has been ransacked and is infested. You don't know what's in there, do you? No, we don't. Yes, and how can you do that exactly? Do you know how to fire a gun? Yes, I do. Now, are you sure about that? Can you fire one while there's something charging you that you don't understand? We've already gotten reports about the grapplers and what they're capable of. They've taken down an entire squad of our people. Can you face one? Are you sure you can do that? Stare at one? Besides, this area does have bad activity. Do you really want to be the one ripped apart by one of those things? No, I don't. Listen, if it comes back on me, it's my ass. Right now, I am ordering you to follow what I say. And that gives you leeway. Right now, the committee can shove it. I'm going to go save my son and a lot of innocent kids. And if you don't want to, feel free to walk back to the bunker. The man turning. As I stare at that, Nagant walking out and asking Endeavor what the hell's happening. Before he said turn, talking about it, he can explain on the way, but Shoto's in danger along with his friends. And that's the gist of it. It's more complicated, however. Turning back, walking back over to the truck and climbing inside. And Nagant does have a rifle currently in hand, walking over and climbing into the passenger seat. One man turns to the other one, and the two trying to discuss it. And after a minute of arguing, the two both go to climb inside, since this could be bad. And other people do begin to watch Endeavor leave. Some more intrigued, though they do to follow. They're supposed to follow the orders and stay here. But clearly, that man is defying orders. Something more important might be happening. And he does try to radio in to the rest of the people here at the area. They're monitoring it from all sides. And when they saw this truck drive by and someone caught them, they reared in. They're off to go find out what's happening outside the city at a secure location, one that just gave them an SOS, and one that's important to him. Now, some people, they do begin to follow Endeavor, since right now he and a group of people are going to go save some kids. They're going to be some heroes. And that, it does feel like something worth fighting for. Now, we do currently have over at UA, Melissa, May, is working on something in her workshop. And she does currently stand in front of a project that does seem a little arduous. It's an undertaking. But it definitely has been one that has intrigued her. And she does currently stand there with some tools. Right now, beginning to put together the pieces of something strange. Art and nature. Life and technology. There's always an influence somewhere. And what she is making has definitely been influenced. And we do have where she's at turn, hearing a sound as her radio it does begin to click with some static, along with a voice going to cut through, trying to say something. Though it's not doing too good. And over Maid as it'll walk over and begin to press the button, she does go to emit a series of clicks, and that is caught on the other side, before the two do attempt to communicate. Right now their signal is dealing with a little bit of interference, and that it is troubling. However, they do try to work out how to communicate. Words aren't exactly getting through, and the system they're trying to work with, it's not any better. Right now they're playing a game of tag. They're tapping on the communicator buttons and trying to make sure they can figure things out. A lot like Morse code, though it's taking longer than they want. And we do currently have Izuku. Deku does sit there, thinking a lot about his situation. He's trying to gain more control, trying to understand this ability, and the other people inside of his quirk. They have been helpful, though there's what's going on with him, how he's been reacting to it, and how Nedry's been acting to her new lifestyle. She didn't like it at first. He didn't like it. A carnivorous diet. The predator of man. It hasn't been easy on them. She's tried to eat other things, just like he did. Try to see if they can do anything. I mean, he can't find any animals inside the city. He can find rats, but the amount they need to consume, it wouldn't be sustainable. He saw a cat once, but that was a long time ago. And as for other creatures out in the woods, he's pretty sure the infected in the countryside might already be taking care of that. Though Deku, he has a turn. Right now, him feeling a sense of deja vu. You okay? I'm fine, Mina. Are you sure? You looked a little confused for a minute. I have a bad feeling. That's all. It flashing in his mind. He sees it. Someone dead and a place burning. And that, it does alarm him. Currently, going to jump up and look around. Was that UA? No. No. The only people who could be in danger would be Mei and Chizuki? Maybe. But that's a big assumption. And we do have down the road where some vehicles they're beginning to move in. Right now them going to drive up to the gate of UA and stare at this thing. Currently, some of the people here going to let off gunshots and take out the infected outside the gates. Before someone, they do, come running over and trying to open it up. However, finding that it is barred. And this, it does want to annoy them. Currently turning and going to shout out that they need help. And Izuku, he has that turn. Right now, him going to think about what he's going to do. And there is currently outside. The gate, it does, kind of a sound on the other side and begin to unlatch. And the people staying there, they do to watch on. As currently infected does a drag open the gate, and they do look on a bit surprised. Currently, the creatures there, they stand. They part like the Red Sea, and the gates are open. And the drivers, they do head inside. Endeavor driving forwards as Nagant does stand there. Her still with an itchy trigger finger and a very strange situation in front of her. But her guard's up high, and right now she's to watch some of the infected from UA stepping out and roaring at the infected that do stand here. And there is where another roar can be heard. Them watching as a deceiver, it does a stand on the wall to UA before screaming out and sending some of the infected packing. Them beginning to avoid the area. And this does make the gaunt turn. Her watches the large creature turn its head and look at her. Before she's at a freeze, and it does get turned back. Currently making its way back down the wall and to its place. And this is where one of the creatures, they do go to close the gate. And everyone inside the vehicles are highly confused. These things are standing there. These things aren't doing anything. And there is where Chizuki, he does come walking out. He was told what was going on. Human survivors. So, he's got to do something. Since if Deku comes out, it's going to be a whole thing. And there currently is Endeavor, who does try to relay the message Shoto sent to him. Currently honking the horn and turning his head, staring at the infected that do all sit there docile, that do sit there not doing anything. And people inside the vehicles are talking about this. This is odd. They're just standing there, staring at them and ignoring them. And there currently is where Chizuki came out. The man going to look up towards the number 2 hero. Formally. And it does definitely surprise him, since he didn't think any pros survived. And the man does talk about it. He's here to see Izuku. He's the father of Shoto Todoroki. There's something going on at the manor, and they called for help. He doesn't know if they got a message through or not. Okay. Follow me? No, I'd rather not. I have heard something, but from seeing all this, I'd rather stay with my weapons. I can understand that. Listen, you can trust us here. You'd understand if I think you're full of shit. I can. You're out of your element, hero. Don't call me that anymore. Fine. You're... Never mind. I'm gonna turn. And currently, Shizuki, he does go to radio in. Since they've got to find out a lot more about what to do about this. Him expressing, before Deku, he does a turn and use Black Whip, currently beginning to move throughout the school. And the man does stand there, staring at the school, the place his son used to be on day one, the damage, everything that happened to it. It does stand there, all the way up on that damn hill. it's it's something at the very least. And there currently is where from a window endeavors to see something. Currently, Deku coming at his tendrils that do sit there on his side. They do go to bring him down. Currently, Deku having them dissolve before he's smashed down to the ground. Standing up, and someone did a turn a weapon on him. Currently, going to fire at him. And he has to bring his own hand up. Currently, going to catch the ball out of the air and then go to drop it. Everyone staring at him as someone they do go to just watch on. Before he's to fully stand and turn, with a confused look on his face. Huh? You must be Izuku Midoriya. Endeavor? I have a message. The man should explain, though he does feel a little concerning. He's seeing it in person for the first time. I mean, again, since he left the bunker, but zombies that maintain quirk status while being close to human than the undead. It's bizarre. But looking at this young man, he's clearly still in one piece. And that has him bewildered, not knowing how to respond. And there is Deku, who after he does hear about a Night Stalker being at the manor, he has a turn, telling Endeavor about how they need to go. He'll head out there and figure this out. I'm not just the messenger, that's my son. Good for you. And one of the women at the manor is going to be the mother of my child. Big fucking whoop. I've heard a few things about you, Endeavor. Huh. Didn't really know my dad. What is that supposed to mean? Do you really want to get into this now? No. No, I don't. Good. I'll head there and see what I can find on the Night Stalker. Though I need to get a bit of a disguise. Alright? Start heading out there. You know the path? I do. Good. Well, actually, hang on. How well do you know it? Are you sure you can get there on your own? Fairly certain. Deku, going to turn. And Nejire, she just doesn't stand there. Right now, her walking out to see the man. Before she does at least walk up next to Deku. Endeavor staring at the girl as he does express. This is Nejire. She's also from the same group. She can be their guide, if she's comfortable with that. I'm fine. Listen, if something's going on back at home, we have to help them. We will, Nejire. We'll help them. You need to take the pros out there now. I mean, not pros, the people here. Take them out there. Alright? I'm sure Chizky and May can manage. As for me, I'll get dressed and see if I can find this Night Stalker. These things are no joke. How well are you armed, Endeavor? Fairly well. How well? Very. Good. I'll head there and find it. My abilities are a little unstable. One of them. But I'll do what I can to restrain it. When that happens, I need you to light it the fuck up. All you got. Hell, I hope you have a fucking RPG in one of those trucks. Alright? Do you understand me? You're playing by our rules now. I understand. Though you understand my discomfort in all of this. Bitch at me later. Okay? We need to save them. Can we agree on that? Yes. Yes, we can. Good. I'm going to turn. Before Nedre does a step forwards, and the man as I turn, bring up his hand, expressing, with the keys in hand, she'll be driving. And Nedre does I take them, since the man, he's meeting her for the first time, and he doesn't realize she isn't entirely human either. And this does make Nedre feel a little bit more confident in her appearance. She's hardly changed at all. And this, it does want to bring a bit of a smile to her face, since heading back to the manor didn't feel like an option. And right now, Deku, he is head inside, getting changed and getting some clothes. As right now, he does a step back out, bringing his hands up and going to get ready. He's going to jump for the first time. Really go for it and see how well this can go. And there's where someone, they do go to appear, talking about it. He really does need to be careful. For he's at turn and see Nana Shimura. Her going to express. He could try to use her ability, or however it works now. Are you certain? I mean, it could do something. I don't know. I don't know how your quirk's been affected by this. I mean, that one ability is already giving me weird. What? Sorry. Just. This is weird. That one quirk's already giving me strange flashes. Black Whip is freaking me out sometimes. I feel like it's almost animated. Good. Now listen. You're going to go all out, if need be. You could get hurt. Thanks, Nana. I'm telling you as a person stuck in your head. After all you've been through, don't worry about it. Just let us try and help you. Give us some leeway? Maybe. I'll try and do that. Though, can I use your quirk? Sure, just follow my lead. Close your eyes. I'm going to do so. And Nana does begin to give Deku a little bit of instructions, asking him to picture a few things her way. And this has resulted in Deku going to do one thing. Currently going to bend down very quickly, and then sitting there crouched on his knees, before he's to face the direction of the manor. Currently going to leap off hard, and using One for All to enhance his jump. And this does mean quite a bit. Currently, Nana helping Izuku maintain his pathway in the air. And with that being said, let us cut over to the manor. Everyone, they were still worried. Still not too sure how everything might go. And there was where Deku, he came landing down. Currently, him jumping through the air again and going to smash down directly at the gate to the manor. And someone does a stare at the gate and express, currently on the radio, that there is something new outside. And Tamaki does a stare before Deku does a turn and bring up his hand. Before Black Whip does a shootout, and the man does stare at that. Currently, Deku turning his head and going to reveal his face. Tamaki staring at him before expressing, it's their friend in the mask, currently facing his scope and weapon away from Deku, talking about it. Looks like they have backup. So, do they really think that this can help? And there is Izuku, who does go to take in a breath and go to think. He's heard of them before. A Night Stalker, a dangerous creature, an amalgamation of parts, something dangerous. And right now, he does go to scream, and the creature, it does go to hear him. Currently, Deku trying to get a response and screaming more. And this thing, it's not responding. It's not doing anything. And there is about 40 minutes later, the vehicles do go to pull up. And Endeavor, when he has a step out, he has a turn, seeing Deku sitting on the wall and trying to think. Currently, sitting up and looking towards the man, who does it ask if anything's happened. No, I haven't heard anything. As far as I can tell, the men are safe. For right now. Though there's nothing. Hang on. Turning his head. And the man has a stare. Since he's looking off in a direction. No, I think that's an animal. Half a mile out? No. A third. Maybe. You gonna be alright? Deku's staring at Endeavor. The man bring the light machine gun over his shoulder, talking about it. They came here to help. And if they're going to help, then they've brought the big guns. So, is he gonna try and bring it out and they shoot it? Or how does this happen? Deku trying to tell the man what's gonna be going on. The plan to take down the Night Stalker. And with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.